It is the final day of our mission trip in Costa Rica. We're actually jumping on an airplane here in a couple hours, heading back to the States. So as a recap, I wanted to do a little video journal of my experience here in Costa Rica. I've learned so much. This trip definitely humbled me, put some things into perspective. It allowed me to learn about different cultures, different people from across the world, literally across the world, different countries that were here, all involved in one mission, in doing God's work, serving Him to bless others. And I think that's my biggest takeaway of this entire trip, is no matter where you're at in your life, in your journey, someone is out there praying for you. Someone out there is going to bless you. And as believers, it's our duty and our privilege to bless others and to pray on others, to pray for others, right? And that's my biggest takeaway from this trip, is you don't know everybody's story. There's things going on in the world that you will never see, that I will never see, but being here, boots on the ground, building a home in 3 days for a single mother and daughter who literally have had to live their life with a roof every time it rained, pouring water into their house, into their home, right? They don't have, we didn't even install a bathroom in this house, okay? These people that live here, they're so appreciative of just having shingles on their house. That's just one of hundreds of things I could list off that we just take so much for granted in the States. And that's where the perspective comes into play. I'm so glad I was able to experience this with my girlfriend, with my daughter, because I think it opened up her eyes a little bit on just how good we feel like we have it in the States, right? Our bad days are not that bad, considering when these folks here get a storm, they might not have power for a couple days. They don't have AC in these small homes, and that's normal. That's normal. It's a normal day-to-day daily life. Fresh water is a blessing to them. It's a pretty incredible experience. At the end of this, building the house, and when I say house, this house is no bigger than a couple 100-square-foot hotel room without a bathroom, right? 2 rooms and a hallway where they put their kitchen and dining table. It's relatively small, and they live here, and they're so appreciative of just this small home. It's pretty wild. And after putting it all together, there was 3 groups. There was the painters, there was the roofers, and there was the framers. I volunteered to be a roofer, so I was a roofer this trip, putting on shingles, building the roof panels, putting them up, insulating the roof and ceiling, and throwing all the shingles up there, so that roof is pretty dang solid. All right, I'll give you that. But also, at the end, one thing, I had a big takeaway on the 3rd day of building. We've been here 5 days total, but 3 days we were actually out in the community building this home. The 3rd day, I was not getting service out there. After the first day, I realized I'm just going to put my phone on airplane mode. One of the folks that we came here with racked up some data roaming charges. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to go airplane mode to be safe. So I did that. And on the 3rd day, I was in airplane mode, and my watch buzzed, and it gave me a notification. And I was like, what is this notification? Meanwhile, we're all in a circle, blessing these keys. Everybody got to hold the keys, say a prayer and bless them, say our takeaway from this experience, pass it to the next person. There's probably about 30 people that were speaking. In the middle of this blessing of the keys, before we give them to the mother and daughter for their new home, my watch notification goes off. Now, mind you, I'm in airplane mode. I haven't got any notifications all day, and it buzzed on me, and it was the verse of the day from my Bible app. And it was Galatians 6:2, and I don't know verbatim, but it says, take on the burdens of others and you shall live in Christ. Something along those lines. And I went on to read a little bit more of Galatians chapter 6 after that. And it talks about it's not always about taking care of other people's problems. But when you see somebody else struggling or somebody else in need, it's our duty as believers to pray for them, to give back, to bless them, to do what we can, right, within our means. Now, does this mean we're going to go build a home for every single family out here that's in need? No, right? That would be a huge blessing, but it takes time, and it takes a lot of work and effort to get these type of things done that I've got to witness this last week. But to me, this community, the neighbors were over, all the kids were there, like little kids from like babies to teenagers. My daughter got to interact with a lot of the kids that live here and that are indigenous to here, but also missionaries from other countries, like making a difference. And that Galatians 6:2 verse like just hit me, because if these people can do that as a community and pitch in, because one of their friends, one of their neighbors, a community member is getting a new home built, and they want to go help paint, cut some wood and lay some drywall, hang some drywall, and all of these things, we can do the same. Just because we're in another country doesn't mean that we can't do that back home as well. And so when you see someone struggling, when you see someone take on someone else's burden, if you feel the need, if you see an opportunity, take it. I saw this opportunity to come here with Dre, and I said, hell yes, I'd want to do something like that. Little did I know how life-changing this would be. When you see an opportunity, go for it. If someone is in need, help them. Send the text message. Write the apology. Reach out to somebody that's on your mind. Pray for them. They don't even have to know, but pray for them. Somebody you know that's, maybe sick or going through something. It's okay to help and give back and take on other people's burdens, because somebody else out there is praying for you and you might not even know it. That's a big takeaway for me from that third day. Blessing those keys, giving them to the mom with her new home, the new homeowner. It was a really special trip for me. And this literally was life-changing, and I can't wait to do it again and to come back here. Costa Rica is beautiful. It's a beautiful country. The missionaries we talked about doing more of this work here, but also in Nicaragua. But it's really hard to do there because it's such a communist country, and the politics won't allow it. So there's even less fortunate people out there as well. Something else to think about. So that's my biggest takeaway from this trip. We got to go pack up and jump on a plane to head home. But I wanted to film this out. I'm outside in the hotel pool area, so it looks like I'm in the jungle. And it's just been such a blessing, such an amazing experience. That's what I got. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. God bless.